In this fictional universe, the crypto world is thrown into a frenzy when a mysterious countdown timer appears at the start of the story. Bold red numbers ticking down from 72 hours. So the reason behind this timer? Well, it's based on information from a supposed anonymous source inside the Second Circuit Court, someone described as a clerk with deep access to sealed scheduling memos. According to this insider, the long-running legal standoff between Ripple and the Securities Enforcement Commission is not only nearing its conclusion, it already has a predetermined ruling date that has been buried within the confidential docket system. The idea spreads across social media like wildfire. The case that has held the entire digital asset industry hostage for years is about to end. Not in months, not in weeks, but in mere days, and this fictional revelation sends every investor, skeptic, and analyst into panic mode. From here, the documentary transitions to the next shockwave, the fictional BlackRock connection, a story that has captured the imagination of the crypto world and sent ripples through online communities. In this alternate universe, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, known for its influence over global markets, has been quietly working behind the scenes, secretly preparing an XRP exchange-traded product. The idea is that BlackRock, with its vast resources and reach, could single-handedly legitimize XRP in the eyes of institutional investors. The rumor claims that this crucial filing is already complete, locked away, and waiting for the final green light. All that stands in the way is the legal clarity expected from the Ripple ruling, which could open the floodgates for institutional adoption. Analysts theorize that the very minute the verdict drops, BlackRock will waste no time, immediately pushing the filing into the system. This move, they say, would trigger a tidal wave of institutional interest as major players scramble to get in early. They describe a scenario where financial giants, hedge funds, and banks race to gain exposure to XRP, all forced to buy from a limited supply pool. This sudden demand, combined with the scarcity of available tokens, could cause the price to skyrocket in a matter of hours. The documentary narrates fictional conversations among alleged insiders who describe custodial preparations, settlement routing models, and liquidity testing in private corridors, all pointing to an imminent institutional invasion. In this imagined world, the stage is set for a dramatic shift in the financial landscape, with BlackRock at the center of it all. As the fictional 80-minute script unfolds, tension builds through several dramatic chapters, each more intense than the last. The audience is drawn into a world where every decision, every glance, and every whispered conversation could tip the balance. The stakes feel impossibly high, and the sense of anticipation is almost palpable, as if something monumental is about to be revealed at any moment. One segment focuses on crypto influencers who claim their private groups have received anonymous tips, pointing to the same 72-hour window. Online forums buzz with speculation, and encrypted group chats light up with theories and rumors. The digital world becomes a hive of activity, as everyone tries to piece together the puzzle before time runs out. Another segment highlights mock-ups of confidential memos, where analysts overinterpret every ambiguous phrase and legal remark. In their quest for answers, they scrutinize every document, searching for hidden meanings and secret signals. The line between fact and fiction blurs as paranoia and excitement feed off each other. Then comes a series of escalating theories. Perhaps the ruling date was coordinated with global regulators. Maybe there's a secret international agreement at play with synchronized clocks ticking down in financial capitals around the world. Or perhaps the Federal Reserve wants the case resolved before unveiling its cross-border modernization project, ensuring a smooth transition for the global financial system and avoiding any last-minute surprises that could disrupt the markets. Some even speculate that international banks have already modeled their liquidity needs for a post-decision environment, preparing for every possible outcome. Behind the scenes, teams of experts run simulations and adjust risk models determined to stay one step ahead. Each theory, though entirely fictional, contributes to the atmosphere of imminent transformation. The countdown continues, and with every passing moment, the sense of suspense only grows, leaving everyone wondering what will happen when the clock finally strikes zero. In the midsection of the fictional documentary, the narrator explores the psychology of markets. They describe how uncertainty has weighed down XRP holders for years, creating fatigue, frustration, and impatience. But now, within this alternate universe, the countdown timer gives them something dangerous: hope, with a deadline. The video explores how markets behave when belief collides with a ticking clock. Traders begin hoarding tokens. Analysts predict short squeezes, claiming those who sold early could be wiped out by the surge. The documentary paints scenes of retail investors glued to their screens, watching the timer tick down, speculating what will happen in the final seconds. The story continues with a deep dive into what a victory could represent in this fictional world. The narrator describes the potential end of regulatory uncertainty, the opening of institutional corridors, and the legitimization of digital settlement systems. They speculate that banks, fintechs, and multinational corporations may have been waiting on the sidelines for clarity. Now, with the countdown approaching zero, they prepare to flood the ecosystem. In this fictional narrative, XRP becomes central to a future financial architecture, functioning as the neutral settlement layer bridging currencies, networks, and jurisdictions. As the story approaches its most critical moment, the countdown timer on screen grows larger, casting a shadow over the entire narrative. The numbers pulse with urgency, each second echoing the tension that's been building throughout this journey. The atmosphere is thick with anticipation, and the sense that something monumental is about to unfold is almost tangible. Analysts in the narrative issue dramatic warnings, their voices cutting through the noise with a sense of gravity. They debate the possible outcomes, some urging caution, others predicting chaos. The airwaves are filled with speculation, and every headline seems to add fuel to the fire of uncertainty. Some say the moment the ruling hits, the market will undergo the most explosive liquidity transformation in digital asset history. The trading floors are abuzz with rumors, and every trader's eyes are glued to the screens, waiting for the first sign of movement. The anticipation is electric, and the stakes have never been higher. Others warn that unprepared investors will be left behind forever, swept away by the tidal wave of change. The fear of missing out is palpable, and the anxiety in the room is contagious. For many, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event, and the pressure to act or to hold steady has never felt more intense. The narrator repeats a final chilling fictional warning. This is not just a legal decision, this is a global turning point. The timer is ticking, and the world is watching. Every nation, every market, every individual with a stake in the outcome is holding their breath, waiting for the verdict that could reshape the financial landscape forever. Each second draws the world closer to the moment everything changes. The relentless march of time is unstoppable, and with every tick, the sense of inevitability grows. Across continents and time zones, people brace themselves for the impact, knowing that history is about to be written in real time. In a world defined by speed, clarity, and timing, only those who prepare before the final second will survive what comes next. The decision is imminent. The clock is running, and hesitation could mean being left behind. Now more than ever, the ability to adapt and act decisively will separate the winners from the losers. The question remains: are you ready to face the unknown? Will you seize the opportunity, or will you watch as history passes you by? The final countdown is here, and your next move could define your future. Disclaimer: please remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor. The content presented in these videos is purely for entertainment purposes. I